Okay. Cheers. What's up, snitches? Welcome back to another episode of We Want Gossip with Meredith and Steph. We are back this week with a new episode covering Bachelor in Paradise Casa Amor 2.0.
Yes. It's gonna be good.
So, Mare, what's up for Gossip of the Week?
So for Gossip of the Week, we are gonna quickly touch on the fact that Siesta Key is coming back.
Woo!
Kelsey's fired, Garrett's fired, Kenna's fired, everybody's fired.
Want 'em up.
And then we're gonna quickly touch on the Selena and Hailey Bieber photos. Let's get into it.
Update. So, newsflash. We recorded an entire episode last week.
It's at this point, it's not even an excuse for us, but also, believe me, on our end, it's not. Ghost in the house.
Why did that? My stomach just dropped to my ass.
Why did that start playing?
Well, we got spooky activity happening in spooky season, so who's to say?
Okay.
Any user. So yeah, episode was deleted. It's not an excuse,
No.
like you're saying. I feel like I'm getting in trouble. But
it's the most disappointing thing.
We fully record. It's not even that the recording got deleted.
No.
Then Meredith edits the whole thing on InShot,
Yes.
the app. Okay, we've been through a million platforms trying to do this.
Oh, we've been around the block.
Around the block, and I'm sick of having to figure out a new one.
No,
So, and
honestly.
we like InShot, that we know how it works.
Yes, and-
but randomly here and there decides not to be able to export and save after it's all put together.
Yeah, and like the past 3 episodes have been no problem, so I wasn't expecting that it would be a problem again. So now I think the solution is every single time I have to delete and re-update or reload the app.
Yeah, I think
that's the
try that.
process.
Okay, also, too, fun fact from last week, I wore this exact same outfit, same hairstyle, same hat. It's been washed,
Yeah.
relax, but
Relax.
it's just one of those things that I'm like, I can't get in. I have to wear something comfy
Yes.
right now, and it's also just buckle up right now and accept the fact that from here until next June, I will be wearing a beanie.
Yeah, she is a beanie queen, always has been, always will be.
Do you think I want to do all of my hair? Like,
No.
I can even just put on the hat and just curl these ends. Like, when you do the full thing,
Yeah.
whole different story. That adds an extra 2 hours.
Yeah.
And also, like, hey, big head. I
When
just rather
I
wear
wear
beanie.
that, I dead ass look like fucking Dopey from Snow White.
No,
Count me.
you just gotta figure out how to wear it.
I never can. It's like I literally.
But you became a ball cap girl.
Yes.
You
I
used
was
to think the same thing about ball caps.
Yes,
And then you
that's
learned how to
true.
wear them because you would leave them too top heavy.
Yeah.
Top, top up a little. We gotta keep it suctioned.
Yeah, real keep it nice and down. She would give herself headaches.
Headaches.
bro.
I will get that hat as tight as it can go.
Yeah.
Around the dome. Anyways, have you seen Super Pets?
That's the next thing we need to discuss.
Most importantly, have you guys watched Super Pets?
It's so funny, guys. It's
Watched
on
it.
HBO.
Watched it for the first time last night. Mare told me we love our animated funny movies.
Yes. And this one was special because not only, normally Steph and I talk all the time, so it's like, if I have something to tell her, I'll save that shit. I'm not pressed about it. I'll talk to her in the morning.
Right, but
This
on
one,
sketch.
I was like, no, quick Snapchat, bitch, watch Super Pets. It's so funny because I kept forgetting to tell her about it. And was it worth it? Obviously, yes, it was.
Literally, you guys, it's an adult movie. All of them are in a way. Well, it's
because
actually
they even
funny.
said shit in there, or
Yeah,
whatever
it
the
said,
turtles, I'm fast as shit or something.
Yeah, when it
but they
first came
wouldn't,
up,
yeah.
Adam made a comment about it saying some sort of language is going to be used. He goes, how can they use language in a PG movie? Or you know what I mean? He made a
Right.
comment about the correlation of
Yeah.
it being a cartoon and there being swearing or
Yeah.
something. Do you guys, if you guys have seen it, the hedgehog,
Guinea pig.
hairless guinea pig, that's like the villain of the story, this big, hairless little rat guinea pig.
And it's Kate McKinnon.
Kate McKinnon, the funniest shit, you guys. It is. Me and Adam were literally belly laughing.
Yes.
It's so funny. You guys could picture Kate McKinnon saying the shit this guinea pig is saying.
And then it's The Rock and Kevin Hart, so and they're the main two characters, so it's they're best friends and be Tweedledee and Tweedledum over here doing a movie. It's it's so funny.
And we always have, I always say that Meredith, when she's her crazy crackhead energy, it's Hammy from Over the Hedge. This squirrel that's in this movie, and his crazy powers out of his hand, he's Hammy 2.0, and it is literally you. I'm watching it this shit's so funny.
Straight up.
There's a pig or whatever that she can get
Oh,
big and small
yeah.
or whatever. She's crazy. And she's like a super fan.
Yes.
So she's like Wonder Woman, my girl. Like,
I love that she loves Wonder Woman.
and the turtle can like run at the speed of light. And it's just
It's so funny. Like literally
You
best
guys.
animated movie in a minute, for sure.
Also, if you guys haven't seen, God, is it Rango? But that's also the other movie. What's the one
the one that you love about the burping?
the burp part?
The burp part? Yeah.
What is that called?
Rango.
but then there's Django is like the actual...
Django is like the
dark,
like
really
Quentin
messed up.
Tarantino movie.
Yes. Okay, but the Rango, that one gives me the same inappropriate energy. Takes a shot of whatever it is. He's a little lizard, and then it goes down his tail and he farts. Like, I felt like a little boy laughing at the two.
And it's so funny that you bring it up. Like, that's what
That
stuck with you. That's what stuck with them.
That's what I knew. That's my kind of movie. It made me laugh.
For real. It is a little over the line.
It's so inappropriate.
Yeah.
One of the more inappropriate ones.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that's why you like it.
I think so too. Because
Absolutely.
I was also taken aback. I was like, what is this movie? It's been out for
Right.
whatever, and haven't heard a ton about it. Then I watched it and I'm like, underrated.
That's how I felt about Surf's Up.
Oh my Adam loves Surf's Up.
I love Surf's Up. When I watch it, it kills me. I love Shia
Adam
LaBeouf.
loves low-key, his favorite movie is Happy Feet.
I know
He
it
can
is.
quote that
it's not
shit.
low-key. It's not.
It's not.
It's high-key.
No, you knew
He's
that.
proud of it.
Actually, we probably have talked about this.
No, we have. I swear to God, we
No.
watched it when I
Yeah.
lived with you guys.
Yeah. He could quote every part. He's
And it's
only
like-
seen it twice though. And
What's
he's like,
the other one that's not like Happy Feet, but that's like real penguins? Because when I was a kid, I thought I was watching Happy Feet, and it turns out I was watching like a penguin documentary. And I was like,
that's probably not Geo.
no, it's not quite the same.
Discovery Plus.
So yeah, I think I really need to rewatch Happy
Yeah.
Feet. I haven't seen it.
What a good
I do
feel good
remember
too.
he's like a little
Skeety,
tapper.
skeety, skeety, skeety. Bachelor in Paradise, Casa Amor version. Here we go. And it's really, this Casa Amor is from like this same kind of plot thing they're doing here where the girls leave their men and
Yep.
they're given a bunch of new guys and the guys stay at the villa. And all the new girls show up and they're like separated for a week. And they get a chance to either, stay loyal to their partner that left or try out the new fling.
Is
People
Casa Amor usually this early? They've only known each other for 2 weeks.
It's like right in between. They do it at a perfect time to where there are established relationships, but
Right.
nobody's. Some might be like Serena and Brandon might be fully committed,
Right.
but there's more relationships that are starting to be like concreted in,
Right.
but they're not near the end to where they definitely wouldn't cheat. They
Right.
do the perfect kind of, and don't you agree?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yes.
It seems early, but then when you see everybody's reactions, it's like. Everybody's obsessed with the person that they're already with. Like the girls are so pissed having to leave.
Yes.
And that just shows you like that
How much they are really
But if they
attached.
were too attached, like Brandon and Serena almost, but everybody, then nobody
Right.
would be cheating. Like
Yes.
then what's the point of it?
Yes, exactly.
Whew.
Well, before we kick off Casa Amor, we really quickly want to touch on Michael and Danny.
Yes.
Because last week when the episode was deleted, but we had thoughts on, Michael, Sierra, the whole bullshit.
Yeah.
But now it's making perfect sense. It is making perfect
Yeah.
sense. And I think so basically what happened was, we've got Michael and Sierra. They've been a couple since the first day on the beach. She got him stars.
Great connection. Like she
Yes.
was like super, like he could be vulnerable with her. Like she understood like what the scenario was of, if something was going to move forward. Like she fully accepted that, his wife had passed away and that that's going to be something he has to like work through and that she's,
Right. As much as I did like their relationship, I was with Michael in the end where he was like, I just felt like the age difference. They were two different parts of their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Even Sierra was like, I don't know if I'm ready to be a stepmom. It's like, are you ready to be a full-blown mother, PTO, take
Right.
my kid to school
Right.
necessarily? Like, I could feel that being a challenge,
Yeah.
even though there was such a good connection.
And I think if the connection would have continued to grow and get stronger, like I think she was willing to get to that point.
I think
like
she was too.
fully accepting like I might not be in this moment knowing what all of that entails, but I'm willing to give it a shot.
I think she
it
would
doesn't
have
it
too.
didn't fully scare her away, which
Right.
it would most people. There is definitely the imbalance of like the age and like responsibilities and
Right.
things, in life, but
Because, what is she? Is she 25 and he's
know.
38?
Yeah.
It is kind of a jump. And it's like, believe me, it's not like we're saying it can't happen because look at
Yeah.
Serena and Joe. It works. But
Totally.
it's like, I think Michael, with having a kid involved, it's just different.
yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know if Michael knew Danny was coming down, but the way that their relationship ended, Sierra and Michael, it was essentially like Michael's like, I'm not ready to be committed to somebody
Like,
because
it was
of
like
Laura, and I'm just not over my, wife that passed away. It's a lot, it's really a lot right now.
Totally. And and that he always, when he gets to this point, like he agrees
out.
that he has a great connection with her, that she would be great in this role and like accepting, and and she's checking all of the boxes.
Yeah.
And then they get to the point of the next step, and like he always says, which he does with a lot of the relationships he's gone through since his wife. It's like, which you can't fault the guy. I have no clue. I can't believe, I wouldn't even probably be on the show. Like, and, but then when he pushes her away, that's just, once again, his defense, like, deflecting mechanism.
Right.
Or
well,
defense
my
mechanism.
thing is like, if that's real, because it's like, I understand that piece as well. But it's like, if you, Michael, know that this isn't, you can't commit to somebody, this isn't something you're going to be able to do, then why did you stay?
Because
Sierra leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Sierra, probably looking back, regretted leaving, being like, I definitely should have stayed. She left because she didn't want to see Michael with anyone else. But it's like, the premise of their breakup was like, he's not ready and she doesn't want him, she's giving him what he needs.
Right.
And then she leaves, he stays, and then
we were kind of like annoyed about it, of kind of like, she left.
Yeah.
Like, but Michael, if you're not ready for something serious, and she was already checking your boxes, and she already left, like, why are you staying if you're not willing to get past that point?
And there is a good point to be made that potentially producers talked him into staying, because it's like, I could see that happening 100%.
Yeah, totally.
But
and
also with the thing with Danny, the new girl that comes down that like Michael is 100% obsessed with, Reality Steve tweeted, like, if you think this was not the plan from the get-go, then you don't know the Paradise. Like, then you don't know the Bachelor franchise.
Right.
Like, Danny was always endgame for Michael. That was obviously who Michael was waiting for, because, one, she's closer to their age. They're the same age. Actually, I think she's 1 year younger. I think she's 36, and I think now she's 37. And also, she lost her fiance. So it's like, naturally, right off the bat, same age, very rare common connection to bond over. It's like,
first I was a little bit nervous of like what people call like trauma bonding.
Yeah.
Of like, you think you have a great connection, but what the connection is that you both have been through some horrible shit.
Right.
Awful shit, and that not many people at the club you don't want a membership to.
Yeah, exactly.
But also at the same time, I'm like, just watching the two of them, it makes sense.
Totally.
And I can see the trauma bonding a little bit, but also that doesn't have to be a bad thing, I don't think. I'm like, if anything, you can't find a lot of people that resonate with what you're going through, and especially somebody that you're starting to date, and how much dating would affects and makes you re-bring up those emotions from the person you lost. But when you're starting with somebody that does understand that, it's got to be comforting, like,
absolutely.
Obviously.
I initially, with Danny and Michael, was feeling like, and I mean, it's just the facts. I mean, she lost her husband 11 years ago. Yeah. He lost his 5 or 6 years ago. It's like, for Michael, it seems like, even though it's 6 years, it seems very fresh. Like,
absolutely.
And she seems more ready to move on.
Yes. Like she's even talked about, like, he keeps, what is it called? Like, where, asking her advice on things that, which I loved out of him, of being able to verbalize his emotions and his feelings, and explaining, like, what his mind is battling right now, of, like, do you feel guilty for moving on? Do you feel guilty for having happiness? And, like,
what she said.
Did you listen to the song?
No.
The song I added to my playlist had me in tears.
What was the line?
I lit the love you left behind on fire.
Yeah.
I have like the lyrics. I mean, you guys,
the love we left behind. We lit a fire.
I lit a fire with the love you left behind.
Yes. I lit a fire with the love you left.
The song, you're gonna shit bricks when I play it for you.
When she even said that, I was like,
and that's like when you hear those like one-liners of advice that like resonate, and you're like, it's eye-opening. Like, and also I think just like the relief and comfort he feels of like that. She's not judging him for still, like, working through these things, She has had a little bit more time, but like she said, too, she's like, I'm still not over it. It never gets, you never get over it.
No,
but you just learn how to, like, make it, and ignite the fire with it, you know? And I feel like I was
loving it. The only thing I wasn't loving was when they were actually on the boat, and, like, I could tell she was really trying to, like, flirt with him a little bit, and he just seemed so shut off, or so, when she goes, what are you thinking right now? And she's expecting him to say,
I want to kiss you.
Yes. Thank you. That's exactly.
Obviously.
And then he's like, what are you thinking right now? And she goes,
you missed
I thought I teed it up for you pretty good there.
Yeah.
And
he's like, I missed it. And she's like, yep.
And it was just like awkward.
Yeah, and then he was like, I don't know if I had. Then he was like, I don't know if I had like bigger, or what was his like? He had some kind of, what is it called?
Reservation. Yeah, it was just because it was like they, obviously you could tell he had a connection with the DMs.
Spark.
And then the spark when he saw her on the beach was so intense. He immediately was like, mine, took her just
totally.
like Brandon and Serene did. It's like he immediately was like,
yeah,
you're with me.
But then he was comparing the initial spark of meeting her compared to the initial spark he met when he first met his wife.
Right.
And he was like, and they don't hold a candle to, or,
Yeah,
whatever
it's
to
not
each other.
the same.
It's not the same, but he goes, but like that's... I can't really be comparing that.
No,
it's
and
nothing
also,
to compare.
it's like you're comparing the love you felt with your wife when you were 19. It's like you were 19 years old at that time, and they met in college, and they kept going. It's like love when you're 19, I'm sure, is not the same as love when you're 38. It's got to be completely different. So it's like that's so hard to compare.
For
anyways.
sure.
But anyways. Mad about Sierra, but really love Danny and Michael. Okay, next up, now let's move into Casa Amor.
The girls are pissed. They didn't know they were going to get guys, but then they get guys. Even playing field here. Both the new group of girls and the new group of guys are gorgeous.
Yes.
Let's see. First to kick it off, Jacob. He's already said sayonara, Jill.
Yep, for real.
I mean, but also, Jill, why are you that surprised?
I know, and it's both.
It's both.
It's like Jill is very self-aware where she's saying numerous times, like, he told me, like, if there's another option, not option, but like there's still things to explore, like I felt like she had the understanding of something could potentially happen.
Absolutely.
Like she the whole time is like, nah, he's hooking up with someone else.
Right, but then she's stopping about it. The next minute.
Exactly. That's what I'm sure it doesn't not hurt.
Absolutely. Whether you've accepted it or not, it would suck.
Yeah.
For sure. I can't blame the girl, but it's also like by enabling getting into anything with Jacob, I'm sorry, but kind of what do you expect? I'm glad it's happening to her now and not after Paradise, where it's like, I don't trust that guy with a single thing. You think he's gonna, if you guys are dating in the future outside of this and he goes on a bachelor trip or something, that he's gonna be loyal?
And it's like, also, it's like, he doesn't really seem,
and he doesn't scream
forced.
Yeah, he doesn't scream. He's not looking for a relationship.
No.
He's just looking to fuck.
Yeah, it's like he's having a good time on Paradise.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's like, God, I know Jill's annoying, but I love Jill. When, like, she's
love her
popping
too.
off. Something about her is, like,
totally. She's totally
relatable.
herself.
She's relatable,
Yes.
but she's also funny.
Yeah.
And, like, she's dramatic as hell and, like, whiny. I don't know.
Yeah, and I like the way that she's, like, fiery, too. I would have been in Peter's face like that if he was talking about you that way.
Oh.
Yeah, I would have already had that dude in a headlock, or chokehold.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't really know what to expect because it's like, obviously, as we know, Jacob is completely hooking up with Kate on the beach. Kate is loving the messy.
Kate is just like, I'm staying.
Yeah.
She does not care.
Not at all. She's like, I'm here to, cause some drama and make a mess. And, Jill's, of course, losing it. So we shall see how that pans out
Shocker.
next week.
Yep. And then Rodney, Lace, and Eliza.
Oh my.
So, Lace is really clinging on to, like, the past couple days with Rodney or whatever.
And also, can we just point out the fact that it's like, no one's believing this relationship. It's like, all the guys know that Rodney does not like Lace.
When they even saw them together the first time they were making out, everybody was like, not understanding that little number.
Yeah.
But I do feel bad for Lace because I'm like, don't see her with Rodney, don't see her with any of these guys at all.
Right.
But it's also like, I do feel bad at the point of like how she's hurting because it's like, Rodney is such a safe place as a friend or a relationship, but I could see, like, she does need somebody that makes her feel safe and like comfortable. And
yes, and I can't even imagine because it's like when Rodney and Lace got together, Teddy had left, the girls had roses. So it's like, naturally, Rodney needs to make a connection with somebody.
Totally.
So it's like, and as a girl, as Lace especially, that needs somebody, it's like, how do you differentiate between this person actually likes me or this person just needs a rose and is going to be making out with me and telling me they like me all week until somebody else comes in?
Yeah.
And I feel like it would be easy to tell, but maybe not. It's like, especially, I don't know.
And I feel like Rodney,
for Lace, when she hasn't been getting a lot of attention than you are, it's
Oh.
like you're clinging on to that.
Absolutely. And with Rodney, like, on top of it already
so
being
nice.
such a safe space in general for everybody,
Yeah.
that it's like, that's what she's looking for. She needs somebody that doesn't remotely bring out those sides of her that she's worked so hard to, like, get past.
Yeah.
And everything so far has brought out those sides. She needs somebody that just, like, makes her feel like Serena's feeling from Brandon.
Yes.
You know? And Ronnie is such a nice person, but it's like, it's just not, the connection is not there like she hopes it is. You took naps together during the day and stuff. Like, I know for her that means something. And I'm sure for Ronnie, he wouldn't I don't feel like Ronnie's the kind of guy that would just like kind of a Logan vibe of like, I'm just going to ride along with this for a minute. Like, but at the same time, it's, you know, like, I really think he genuinely is nice, though. Like, I don't think he just nap with her, but also I think she can't distinguish, like, friendship Rodney and romance Rodney.
Right, and also, it's like,
because he would nap with any of those girls, right? Or, you know.
And also, it's like, he needs Rose.
Yeah, any person would be like, yeah, totally. And, like, that's why if they get along, great, you know, but it's not the crazy spark he's looking for.
Exactly.
He gets with Eliza when Eliza shows up.
Exactly.
And they are just it. Everybody can see it right off the start. They're it. Like,
and it's like, especially when it's like very similar to Brandon and Serene. Like, they both said they were at the top of each other's list. Eliza and Rodney were at the top of each other's list. It's like
bless you.
Excuse me. They are what Teddy and Andrew were supposed to be.
Yeah.
Just like the immediate spark. Everyone is like, yup, makes sense.
Total
looks
sense.
Good together, you know, and
Absolutely.
It's like, I already love Eliza. I have since Clayton season. She's so nice.
Adorable.
So pretty, so smart.
Almost kind of Teddy vibes, but like a little bit more shy.
She's so underrated.
Shy and quiet?
Shy.
She is so underrated.
Just like Brittany. Where I'm just
absolutely.
Like, hello, what's going on?
Yep.
So, but then, Lace.
Like, so, you know, Ronnie, it's endgame with this girl now, you know, and with Eliza. But, you know, Lace is still clinging on strong, poor girl. So she decides to take it upon herself to take a little cab ride over to the guys' beach and go back to see Rodney real quick, a little pop-in.
Oh, my God.
I'm watching. If I was her, I would have popped off at the producers of letting me leave Casa Amor to come back to see Rodney while everybody already knows that he's out right now on a full date with Eliza. She thinks she's going on the beach to like talk to him and see what's going on. Like, she just can't do it anymore. Shows up, Rodney's on the date. He's gone. So she joins the boys. Well, the guys aren't about to give her any sort of inkling about what's going on. And by no inkling means I can tell straight up what's happening is something I'm not going to like because nobody's telling me anything. Yeah. Nobody tells Lace anything. Like,
and it's like the vibes are just off from the moment she sets foot on that beach. Because it's like she's coming in, walls up, so stressed, so anxiety, wanting to see Rodney, wanting to feel better for like 5 seconds. And then when she sees the guys, it's like, as she said, they're not giving her anything. And now she's like defensive almost because I bet as well as, you know, the producers, you know, lied to Lace. I bet they also told Lace, don't say anything to the guys about the fact that all the girls have dudes, you know, because it's like they're constantly asking, where's our girls? Where's the other girls? Where's the other girls? Especially Brandon. He cannot drop it. He's like, where's Serene?
Yeah. Because they're like, if you're here, where are the girls?
Yeah,
you know?
Like, and she's like, everybody else?
Stop asking me questions. Stop asking me questions. Where is he? And it's like, well, obviously the bros are going to tell you that he has been hitting it off with Eliza. They're obviously telling her that he's on the date.
Well, and then like Andrew's like, because somebody goes, he's on a date with Eliza, and then Andrew's like, you should probably talk to Rodney about that. I go, Jesus Christ, guys. You can tell her where he's at. It's like, they're being
who he's with, like, they are like, crazy ex-girlfrione here. Everybody, like, don't, whoever opens their mouth is a snitch.
Literally. And, like, thank you, Michael. I mean, Lace is, looking at her. You guys can't literally have this much compassion for her.
And Matt, I know that your loyalty lies with your buddy, but at the same time, imagine being in Lace's shoes, like, walking down, and then you make a fool of yourself, and then everybody else made you look stupid because nobody bothered to tell you that he's actually gone. So now not only was I putting myself out here to even show up right now, but he's not even here, so I have to sit with his buddies while they're all mute with walls
it's like,
up.
all these girls over here don't know them, so can't talk to them about
Everybody's
what's going on.
Staring at me. Now I look like the crazy bitch.
And also I feel like they already view her that way, which is partially the reason they're even acting this way. Like, if Serene came down with the exact same thing, I felt like they would have been a lot nicer to Serene than they would have been to Lace. They look at her like she's crazy. And it's like, no, because if you guys were in the same position as her, you would be just as upset.
I mean,
thank you.
Don't make her feel more uncomfortable than she already feels. You can make her feel comforted, but without giving information from your friend. And you can even say that, being like, Michael, he's my buddy. I'm not going to speak for him. You know, like, this is between you guys, but like, I understand how you're feeling right now. This sucks.
Yes, and it's like all those dudes
yeah,
are
Michael's the only guy with his arm around her because she's crying.
Exactly.
Anybody would, whether it's Lace or not. And it's like giving her that, like,
Michael not only hugs her when she's down, but then as Rodney's coming down and she's seeing him, he's rubbing her back, trying to make her feel better. It's like, literally, Aaron, step up, because I expect more out of you.
No shit.
Because I feel like
Brandon too.
Yes.
You're sitting right next to her, and he wasn't the rudest.
No.
But I'm still like.
But you're on your own agenda. You're like, where's my girl? Where's my girl? Where's my girl? And it's like, I get it, because I mean, if I was Brandon and Lace was being, I'm not telling you shit. I'd be like, he goes, I'm not asking about the other girls. He's asking about my girl. He goes, where's my girl?
Yeah.
And she goes, well, I'm asking about my guy.
Like, it was just so, like, I felt so bad, so awkward, and so we'll see what happens next week with that, hashing it out, as Rodney walks down holding hands with Eliza after the date in front of Lace. That's going to be a real fun thing to unpack.
Yes, but once again, with, like, the Jill situation, it's like, are you guys really that blindsided? Really? Because Lace said, too, like, numerous times, Rodney said he wants to explore other options, just like Jacob said he wants to explore other options. And you, too, are both the ones that are the most nervous out of everybody. You know, where it's like, when we haven't seen it yet, but, like, Victoria and Johnny. Like, that's one where I would be more caught off guard. Totally. Because it's like, Victoria was so confident leaving. Totally. She's like, Johnny's my guy. And then, like, that's something that that was a flip. With Lace and with Jill, it's like, you guys are the most upset, but you guys also are dating the guys that would do this.
And that you've acknowledged.
And you've acknowledged, and they verbalized. It's not like they're cheating on you. It's like they've said, I want to explore other options.
And Lace even said, before this, obviously, because it does suck either way. But
it sucks either way,
yeah,
right.
Totally. Like, your feelings are valid. Like, I would feel shitty, too. But it's also, like, she even said, like, Rodney, he's allowed to have the opportunity to get to, and if she was like, if his connection is better with somebody else, I can't fault him for that. So let's remember.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a foursome going on over here.
Yep.
We got Shanae and Logan, which they were together on the original beach. Now it's Casa Amor, so they're separated. And then we've got Logan right here, who's now with Sarah. And we've got Shanae over here, who's now with Tyler. So that's where we're at. It's a lot to intake.
Shanae is not feeling really guilty whatsoever about exploring this new relationship with Tyler.
I owe it to myself to be selfish sometimes. As if she has not been in a love triangle since the moment she stepped foot on the beach.
I mean, she is making her,
She's saying beg. Literally beg. Kiss the ring. Kiss the freaking ring. You want a rose? Do some shit for me.
Seriously. I want you all to cry.
Exactly.
Like, and then we have Logan, who's back at the villa. I keep referring to, like, the Love Island. Like, but either way, makes more sense. And Logan, is actually feeling guilty about, kind of, like, exploring something new. Because he's like, when Shanae chose me at the last rose ceremony instead of James.
Like, she was choosing me.
Yeah, and that's kind of the moment they decided of, like, if you chose me, that means me and you are going to really give this a shot and make it happen. Not knowing that Shanae is over there being like, let's explore it all in the boom boom room.
She is. I mean, I will say, Shanae, you've changed me. I like Shanae a little bit.
Yes. When it's in her favor, I like her.
Oh, yeah.
And same with Genevieve.
Yes.
When it's in their favor, I really like them. Mm-hmm. When things go south in any remote, minuscule way, it is like hell breaking loose.
No, because, the previews for next week is, like, Shanae squaring up with Sarah on the beach being like...
And pissed at Logan, and I'm like, you were trying to get Tyler in the boom boom room.
Straight up.
You were literally... If Jill hadn't cockblocked you, you would have already been hooking up with Tyler. Like, you were totally ready for that. Like, and if anything, like, Logan has been actually feeling remorse, then gets asked out on a date. Yeah. You get to take somebody. He gets asked on the date with Sarah.
Which I was confused that Shanae got the date card, too. Where I go, why aren't the new guys getting one? They just want to
keep pushing and, like, feeding it to her, Yeah. So it's definitely going to be very hypocritical if she's pissed at Logan when she goes back, because it's like, you have done nothing but explore your options. Logan has been pretty set on you and has been proving himself. And then I'm glad that he explored it with Sarah a little bit.
Me too.
As he should, though. Also, though, with Logan, is something off. If, like, lights are on, nobody's home, knock, knock. hello. Like, I don't know, something about it where I'd be like, I could never hold a conversation with him. Like, and
but it's so
what are you
funny
thinking
because
about?
it's like, okay, let's play the game. My favorite podcast. I was just gonna say my favorite podcast, my Bachelor podcast. You know, it's like they play their husband and wife, and they play the game every single week. Like, who would you go after if you were on the show? And it's like, the husband always chooses Brittany. He's like, why is no one going after Brittany? And he's like, she's so underrated. He's like, I would have been going after her.
Adam would be like, this is a lose-lose situation for me if I put him in this position. I'd be like, oh, so you really have a thing for Brittany. Do I look like Brittany?
Why I brought this up was because the girl, the wife, she always chooses Logan. Always. She's like,
oh my God, he's the last person on my list. I feel like it's just the look on his face. Like, the more I get to know him, like, when he talks about today, I kind of like, he's growing on me for sure. I will give him that, okay? Yeah. But at the same time, when I watch him in conversations with people he's not interested, it's rude. He gives, like, a dumb, like, dead eyes look, once again, but, like, of just, like, that's fine if you're not into the person. You don't need to flirt with them, but at least acknowledge that they're a human talking to you. You know, It's always just kind of like, okay, like, there's something about, I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
Or Jacob.
Yeah.
Don't trust him
like
with a single thing. I mean, funny, sure, but, like, no thank you. He'd be the kind of guy, if I was at, like, an all-inclusive resort, and I'd be like, he's the loudest guy at the pool, thinking he's the head honcho, I would just be like, you're gross.
He's the type of gym bro that's like, why don't girls like me? And
literally.
It's like, that's the type of dude that's like, thinks if I go to the gym and lift this amount, that quantifies me getting girls.
If I keep up the Thor performance, then it's gotta be like, it's not just
also, did you see the fact that the Australian guy is he actually,
or were they making a punny joke?
No, they're being serious.
Okay, so
they go Thor's body double, and then another one that said, no, we're being serious.
Oh, really?
Yes. Did you see the second one?
I did see the second thing.
Yeah, they're like, no, for real. And it's funny because
I was wondering.
Chris Hemsworth lives in Australia. You know, like, that's where their main kid's house, wife is. So I go,
I was hoping.
Yeah.
Because it looks right.
It really does. They have very similar builds, almost similar, like,
I was like, are they
looks.
just comparing him to Jacob? You know, of like,
the other
actually, love that
Thor's
for
body
him.
double. Yeah, for real. But
okay, so who would you go after then? From a guy, I guess if we're going after one of the guys, then we'll do, if I was a guy, which girl would I go for?
Yes.
The guy I would go for, well, God, do they have to be available? Because I'm like, I'm going for
they
Brandon.
don't have to be available.
Brandon? Any day.
Really?
Any day. Brandon, honestly, Rodney, when I think of their qualities, like, obviously, Brandon, he's gorgeous. He does everything right. Like, he's the warm and fuzzy I'm looking for.
Okay. I honestly, I would probably be like Sierra, and I think I'd choose Michael.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
I could also, I don't know. Michael might be too soon. Like,
I think I'd be too immature and young for him, for being honest.
I just love
who else
the
is there?
sweet niceties.
I know.
And it's like, I think about the new guys. Tyler, no. Rick, no. Olu.
Ooh.
Now we're guys. Who would you choose for girls? Ooh, there's so many girls. I would choose Jasenia. I would choose Brittany.
Jasenia, Serene, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Genevieve is a little too much.
I wouldn't go after
I think I
Genevieve.
resonate with Genevieve a little too much sometimes. I'm like, honestly, if I was put to my breaking point, and even without my breaking point, if I was on the show, I would have already been quite the edit there. And, you know, where I'm like, I can see myself making some of the comments she does.
And then really quickly, let's talk about Brittany and Tyler. I know we didn't see their date this week, but it's like Tyler basically said, if I have a date, I'm picking you. And Brittany said, if I have a date, I'm picking you. Like, they made a full connection. And then it was like Shanae asked Tyler. Brittany was obviously upset, but it's seeming like those two are about to.
Yeah, I'm hoping that turns around because I'm like.
I do too, because Andrew is not giving it to me this season like I liked him on his season.
I think he'll give it to us. He would have given it to us if he was with Teddy. But I think with Jasenia, I'm going to like this a little bit more.
I do too, but it's like he confuses me.
Me too.
And it's like, okay, with Peter and Brittany, it's like, I didn't like that. I didn't like him telling her to calm down. It's like, no, because actually this dude's been running his mouth to all of you guys, and not one person has stuck up for me. And now I'm hearing about this from Casey of all people, and you're still not sticking up for me. And you're also telling me, calm down, don't be mad. And she's not even popping off like Genevieve. And it's like, so I didn't like that at all. And then it's like, they just seemed weird. He didn't even kiss her goodbye. Like, literally, Brittany was like, Andrew was like, sayonara. And then if
you weren't as pissed as I am about somebody talking shit on me like that, I mean, and she handled it well. Because it's like, no, you got Peter got rejected from Britney and couldn't fathom that. And then start saying that she's like a wannabe, clout chasing, that she didn't ask him anything about himself. She didn't need you. You told her everything. Tell me one thing you learned about her.
Absolutely.
And then for Andrew not to back her up during that.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like, it's not like Andrew is quiet. Like, I always think about like when we get really popped off to our boyfriends about somebody else. You know, it's like both of our boyfriends are very calm demeanors. Yeah. They don't get really, they are not shit talkers. No, like, if they're talking shit,
we're listening. We're like, hell, one more time?
Ear up.
That means something.
Something's popped off. So it's like, you know, with them, but I'm like, even Adam and Brett, you know, if somebody does us wrong, they are up in arms with us. You know, it's like, but...
Absolutely.
You know, at least on our side. Like, I don't need Andrew to go confront Peter.
No.
But when Brittany's talking to Andrew about it, have her back. Stop acting like she's crazy, because that dude is actually talking shit about her all over the beach. So it's like, stop acting like that's insane that she would want to talk to him about it.
And in what world would Andrew be defending Peter?
That's what I'm saying too.
Like, why of all people,
and they're like,
really
and he's talking shit about Casey. Casey just is like...
It's because he's insecure knowing that Casey was into Brittany.
Yeah.
And it's like, anything around that topic now is like, God, so weird. Like, ew, Brittany, what? Like, and it's like, no, you're insecure about him.
So it's like... If I was Brittany, I'd be like, this dude doesn't like me. I genuinely, not even kidding you, genuinely thought that Andrew didn't really like Brittany. And then Jasenia comes up. Jasenia obviously likes Andrew. She's putting it all out there, being like, I can see this going somewhere. And he's like, it's not you, it's me. I can't stop thinking about Brittany. And it's like, since when?
Like, he's really hung up on the loyalty to her when it's like, she's not even blinking twice. Like, over there, because it's like...
I would be like, if I was Brittany, I'd be like, Andrew didn't even look at me, kiss me goodbye. He didn't have my back with the Peter thing. It doesn't seem like he really cares about me, like, that much. You know,
I was
like,
his second option, obviously, based off the circumstances. If I was Teddy, like, it's just kind of like...
If I was Brittany, I would be feeling in a very similar position as Lace and Jill. Totally. Like, my dude is kind of potentially going to be one of the ones that doesn't stick by me.
And also where I'm like, I also am happy for her to where I want Brittany to explore anything she can right now.
Yes, and it's like, and also it's like none of those guys on the beach made her feel wanted.
Ever.
She even went after Andrew and was like, I've liked you since the beginning. And he was like, all right, sounds good.
Let's make out.
You know, like, my girl left.
Yeah.
That sounds fine.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
second will do.
Tyler is like, eyes locked in. Like, I'm choosing you.
After I hook up with Shanae.
Yeah. If he would have hooked up with Shanae, I would have been like,
He had a boner in the pool, apparently. Weird, gross. Don't even.
Did Shanae say that?
Yeah, she said that. So, she said that was a good thing. And also, I'm like, I don't even like thinking about that with Tyler, because I go, he gives me like 14-year-old vibes. But at the same time, I like him. Like, I don't know with that. I don't know, because
it was because of the scenario we put around him. The scenario.
He gave us the ick.
It's because he works at the boardwalk.
Yep. Oh my. Yeah. No.
He's like Summer Tony.
and also, but then we see that Andrew and Jasenia, like, she puts a little date together, and they're hitting it off, and then they end up making out. So I think that's going to be a transition over to Jasenia, which I love.
Me too.
I hope that Brittany and Tyler make it happen, and I hope that Andrew and Jasenia make it happen, and we're good. Okay? Clean.
Yes.
Clean.
Hey. It's like, this is what was happening last time we couldn't start the episode.
And we couldn't even get it started.
No.
Like, we're already like 40 in.
Yeah, for
50
real.
in. Okay, next up.
Now let's kick off gossip of the week. First up, Siesta Key.
Coming back. Siesta Key, Miami version next week. It airs the premiere. We lost Kelsey. They fired Kelsey. That was a big upset. Kelsey was so pissed.
And as we said last week, even though the episode was deleted, and you know.
Yeah, we already talked about this.
We do not like Kelsey. I've never been a Kelsey stan. Like, I've never been on her side. We're always Team Juliet.
You've deviated. Right. You were like, I'm a Kelsey stan now. Can we like find one of those clips, because you were literally not saying we've never been. You have given her an inch or two.
She's like, you crossed Juliet, so you crossed me.
Because those were one of the only times that me and you have disagreed on stuff.
It was the swimsuit stuff.
It was the swimsuit stuff.
Okay, so watch your mouth.
Somebody's got to hold this bitch accountable. But I like where your head's at.
You know, it's like...
You're taking the words out of my mouth. You're not a fan.
Like, I will say, even... I saw Kelsey's side with the swimsuit. It's like I'm really trying to justify... Backtracking myself. No, I never said I liked Kelsey.
So...
But I will say, it seems weird that she's kicked off the show.
It is. Like... It's just, she's always just been cringe, I think is the thing. Just kind of cringe and a really trying hard.
Yeah, well, she's the wannabe.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, yes.
She wants to be Juliet. There are certain people in this life that are friends that are constantly in competition. And that is Juliet and Kelsey. And that's what, obviously, like we said, we're mostly Team Juliet.
Yeah, that's what their core issues always stem from, was the competition between the two.
And it's like, as we all know, that's not really healthy.
Nope. And now that, let's not forget though, like Kelsey, like hooking up with Alex when Juliet was dating him, and like that should just be brushed under the rug.
Yeah,
she does deserve to slap you years later on the island.
Yeah,
it's like, you hooked up with my boyfriend, I'm not supposed to hate you.
Yeah,
even though they did cross the bridge, they were roommates, they were besties, they lived together. But at the end of the day, then she walks into Sam's life, and it was when they first, Juliet was starting.
That was when the flip switched.
Multiple things in a row of being like, not a great friend.
Yeah, no.
As in, but she looks, even when she's posting, Kelsey recently was doing like a Q&A on her Instagram story, and it was like, one of the questions, which I'm like, it seems like she was writing all of these.
Oh, and they always are writing their own questions.
We've done it. But one of them was like, what do you do when there's like like one of your friends is super toxic and whatever, something so about Juliet. What it was the question was like a friend that's like blank that's super toxic, and the question was asking like about, I swear it was Juliet or Chloe, like,
of course,
and she put a little blip over the name that the person put. It's like, you wrote that in, but that's fine. And she's like, just like, if they're not fulfilling you, just a whole novel about like what to do in a toxic friendship. And I'm like, you are literally still, like, she sees, which I understand, Juliet, I mean, I can't even believe being friends with her either, like, of being close with her, but, like, because she's always just, like, the it girl, and that would be tough if you want to be the it girl, too.
It's more, why aren't I Juliet?
Yeah.
What about me is different about her?
So I gotta find all of her faults to make it seem like that, to make me feel better.
Yes.
You know, of, like, the times that she has been a bad friend, or the times that she has been selfish, or in a bad relationship and going back to them, and it's like...
Well, because it's, like, really... Yeah, I'm like...
But if we're doing, like, we're counting, like, mess ups here in the friendship.
Oh.
Kelsey, you
take the cake.
Juliet should have never taken you in as a friend after the stuff that you have done, let alone then be... She's just crossed the line of friendship that me and you would... We have cut people out for that for good, and we will continue to cut people out for the actions of that. Like, I'm sorry, but...
It's like, we've got a friendship code, and number one is don't fuck my boyfriend. Like,
hello, and maybe the new guy I'm about to date, don't maybe go talk to him privately saying that your best friend is a gold digger. It's like, in what world is, like, Juliet not supposed to pop off on that shit?
I always go back to that comment with the gold digger, because it's like,
you know, like, to go out of your way to make your friend.
You were one chasing Alex, so you could, that whole conversation or that whole thing could be applied to you going after Alex. Especially when you're dating Garrett, saying, why didn't you take me to the Ritz-Carlton? Why'd you take me to a beach
and write me love notes? Ew, gross, you're my boyfriend, how dare you love me?
Yeah, and it's like, and also, it's like, Sam is clearly going after Juliet for her fame and looks. It's like, if she's going after him for his looks and money. It's like, we're all got something to gain here. So it's like, stop acting like that's a real thing.
And even if your best friend was doing some shit like that, I'm keeping that locked in the vault. Being like, what can we do to make sure you do?
Fixing that situation.
Like, I will make sure that we are both getting on that yacht. We're gonna be acting like that. I'm just ready for that ship to sail on out.
Yes. My only problem now is I can't stand Jordana.
I know.
Barely like Kara.
No.
It's like...
Well, like, because Kara's, like, so pretty.
Yeah, well, and Kara, like, is now friends with Juliet, of course. Like, they're friends now. Yeah. And so is Kelsey and Juliet in real life. It's like, literally, Juliet had Kelsey walk in her show in Miami.
Right.
So it's like, they're friends, too. It all comes back around.
Kelsey's not doing her bathing suit line anymore, so glad that was such a huge riff.
No. Oh my god. Literally, like, that's what destroyed their friendship.
Absolutely.
Is the swimsuit line that
just for
Kelsey didn't ever do it.
God, like, it's just, boring.
And how crazy the crossover. Like, did you catch that Shanae was wearing JMP the label in this episode?
Yes, how funny.
That is so weird.
100%.
Okay, next up, really quickly, the Selena and Hailey photos from the... I don't even know where they were at. It was some event.
I don't know either. I was trying to figure that out.
They're constantly going to, like, philanthropy this, party that.
Selena and Hailey caught taking photos together. They've hashed out, whatever. Let's end it there. Like, you know?
This is essentially what Alex was saying with the heart under your caption. You know, like, because Alex was saying, like, if Selena left a heart under your photo, like, I feel like it would put
her
this all to
fans
rest.
might like chill out a little bit of saying like if
so
she
I'm
supports.
Like, this is that times 1,000 with 3 photos where they're not just like, they're like hugging on each other, like really friendly.
Could you ever be that big of a person? I mean, at this point, they're fully married. It's all fine. Me personally thinking about ever being buddy with one of Adam X's.
We got history there, though.
That's never happening. Literally when hell freezes over, and that's not even because I don't get along with the person. It's just, it's not for moi. I'm good living my life. We're not thinking about that, but that's the whole point.
Yeah.
Is, of like, I guess for them, they do need to hash that out.
I was just going to say, like, obviously, because they're in such a celebrity world,
I'm not sending a photo.
No.
We're not even in each other's bubble.
Yeah, wow, that was that whole week's episode.
Woo! And we had to rehash some of the stuff we said last week, so God.
I mean, like, literally, I was explaining this to my boyfriend last night, where I go, like, when we don't film for, like, a week, it's, like, just jumbled mess for some reason, like, as if we forgot what this is
fully how to, like, just talk to the camera. Like,
this episode will probably not even be edited, barely.
No.
Like, last week, we were on hot time. At one point, Steph was out of her seat doing laps around the house. Like,
I forgot about that. Yeah, I was
she was out. And I'm like, and then we went on such a long, I think we literally talked about Peter last week for 20 minutes.
We said some nasty things about Peter.
I'm glad
that part, yeah.
I was out of control at one point where I go, literally, someone needed to say it, and when that someone is you, like, chill out. I am this close to the camera being like, I hate Peter. And you're like, woo. There was a point where you were like, you sure you okay over there?
Yeah. All right, Stitches, that is a wrap on this week's episode. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe and leave a review.
And we will see you, Snitches, next week for another gossip update. Hello. Am I supposed to kick off gossip?
I'm numbies, we talking.
What numbies?
I've never said that. Sure, this right here, the nitty gritty, like that's, feel that, feel the warmth.
Oh.
Oh my. That's mean. That's some mean shit.